everybody, my name is Tommy and I'm a mask and puppet maker. And in this video I will be showing you how to make Foxy mask. I will also be showing you how to make Lolbit. Enjoy the tutorial. For this tutorial, you will need a head base. If you do not have a head base, click on the link in the description below to learn how to make a simple head base. So, let's start by making the muzzle. So this is the shape that you want right here. Yeah, so what you're going to do next is you're going to attach it at the bottom of the mask. So this is the head right here. So there's the muzzle. The glue that we are using is extremely hot. Wear gloves to protect yourself from burns, okay? Now the next thing you will need to do is you will need to put the nose on. So let's make the nose next. So crumble a small ball, tape it up, make sure it's nice and flat. Here's a little trick if you want to flatten it, use a hammer! So there you go, you should have a nice flat nose. You're going to glue it right where the nose would be. So right about there looks good. I'm actually going to need to trim that off. There's just a little bit of a bump on there, so that doesn't look so good. There, that's better. So this is your nose, right there. You're going to glue it onto the tip of the muzzle. So to cut the eyes out, take a Sharpie and draw on where you want to cut the eyes. And then take your knife. Remember, these things are extremely sharp. Get an adult to help you with these if you are young or you don't know how to use knives, okay? Always cut away from yourself. Trace over your cutout so that they both, the eyes both look exactly the same. Alright, so already kind of starting to look like our character here, but you know what we need to do? We need to actually shape the head a little bit because it's too round. The character we're making kind of has a blocky head. Okay, so that'll make it a little blockier. So yeah, that's looking a lot better. But yeah, this character actually has a blocky head. It's not perfectly round. You can adjust it as much as you want until you're happy with it. But now the next thing you need to do is you need to take some newspaper. We're going to cover that and then we're going to put paper mache over it before we put the ears on. Okay, so the next thing we need to do is we need to cover this up in paper mache because we can't do any more work without this new shape. You need to mix 1 part white glue and 1 part water. That is your mixture. So now we need to brush this on to the surface area first. And then you take some tissue paper. In this case, I'm using toilet paper because it works really good. And put it over the wet surface area. Brush it over again. Put more glue on top of the tissue and put another layer on. Do this until all the newspaper is covered up. Alright, so next thing we need to do is we need to make the ears. So we're going to be drawing some teardrops. On a sheet of cardboard here, just want to. Just like that. You can make it bigger, you can make it smaller. I don't know if maybe I'll make it just a little bit bigger. Perfect! Okay, so we now have the ear size. The next thing to do is you need to detail the ears. So you just wrap the newspaper around the ear, just around the edges. That gives it a more 3D look. So that's going to look really nice. Okay, and just like that, your ear should look like this. Okay, so in order to make the ear connectors, you'll need to cut some rectangle strips. And we're going to glue them to the back of the ears, just right at the bottom of the teardrop. Now just remember, when you're using hot glue, always think safety first. Wear gloves, please. Do yourself a favor. Protect your hand from burns and wear gloves, especially if you're very young and you're not experienced with the glue gun. These things can make a world of a difference and can save you a lot of pain. Just like that. That's all you have to do. Now, we gotta add some tufts on the top of this head. So what you need to do is you need to make a hole in the center of the head. It doesn't have to be a perfect hole, but use some scissors. I'm just gonna remind you again, scissors and knives are extremely sharp. So get an adult to help you if you're not experienced with sharp tools, okay? That's all you need to do, because they're gonna be tucked in. Take some newspaper. And that's it. That's all you need to do. There's one. You need two more. We can start covering this up. So we're going to go right to the paper mache part. Whoop, whoop. And you need to mix 1 part white glue, and you'll need to mix 1 part water, and that'll be your glue mixture. Put the glue on the surface area, and take some tissue paper. In this case, I'm using toilet paper because it's very cheap and works really good. And then you put the tissue over the wet surface area. You brush more glue on top of it. Put another layer on it. You want to keep going until you have at least 3 or 4 layers, okay? So let's go do this. Okay, so now the next thing we need to do is we need to attach the ears. So to do that, you will need to get your knife out. Like I say, always be careful with the knife, cut away from yourself. So you need to cut a slit on the side. So yeah, that looks about right. Looks pretty good. So now you just need to glue that on. Okay, now we need to make the bottom jaw. The bottom jaw should be the same shape of the muzzle, only slightly larger. Now, once you have the bottom jaw, that's good. Alright, let's get some paper mache on this jaw. So you're going to use a Sharpie and you're going to draw the eyebrows on a strip of cardboard. Your eyebrows should look like that. You're going to cut it out, trace it, and cut that one out as well. Now we're going to glue them onto Foxy's head. So right about there. Now we need to add the tufts. So to do that, you should have something that looks like this, kind of like a large thorn. So we're going to make a smaller one. That's what one tuft should look like. So we're going to make another set right now. And now we are going to glue them together. So you take the long piece and the short piece, and you're going to glue the short piece on top. Just remember your gloves, because this glue is just really hot. I don't want you to burn yourself. Okay, so now what you want to do is you want to glue the tufts onto the side of the head. And now what you want to do for this, if you want to carve for the lower jaw, is you want to carve a bit of a pit. Now you want to cut that out. Now you're going to remove some newspaper. Now you'll have something that looks like that. Cover it up in paper mache. And you should have something that looks like that. Okay, so now we need to make the teeth. So what you need to do is you need to cut It'd be like, it could be this long, longer or shorter. I might go just a little bit longer. And now I'm going to cut all of this off, this strip here, because we got lots of teeth there. Okay, so now you have lots of teeth, so we're going to start attaching them. Don't forget your gloves. We're going to use hot glue to attach the teeth. Okay, so right now I'm just putting teeth on the bottom of the muzzle because Foxy also has teeth on the bottom of his muzzle. Alright, so now it is time to start painting Foxy. So we will definitely need the red paint. We're going to have to mix some paint in order to change the ear color, so I'm going to mix some purple. We're definitely going to need some white. We'll need some silver. We'll need some black. Probably a little bit of pink for the muzzle. Use hot glue and put it onto the bottom jaw. We're going to attach this. If you don't want to make a moving jaw, you can just simply glue the jaw onto Foxy's muzzle. So this is I'm going to glue on a piece of a polyester elastic here. I'm going to glue it onto there. And now I'm going to take another sheet of cardboard and glue it on top, kind of like a sandwich. Just like that. Now what's a pirate without an eye patch? So to make Foxy's eye patch, you're going to cut out this shape right here. Okay, now you should have something that looks like this. I'm going to take some more elastic. I'm going to take a black elastic polyester. I'm going to glue it on the other side of the eye patch. I painted this side. I want to glue it onto here. Now you want to put on Foxy's eye patch. So I'm going to trim this eye patch right here. And you're going to glue the eye patch on here. Like that. Now I'm just going to give Foxy some gold teeth. Now you can lift this eye patch just like he does in the game. So what you need to do now is you need to fit on the bottom jaw. So I'm just going to remind you, it is very important that you can breathe. You don't want this to be too tight. You want it to constrict your breathing, okay? It's just nice and comfortable. Comfort is key. Very important. So when your chin moves, the jaw should move. Looking good. So, alright, so that's much better. So, I'm going to trim this. So I'm using hot glue. I'm going to glue this band together. So glue this band on top of a strip of cardboard. And then you're going to glue this on top of it, so it's kind of like a sandwich. And there you go. So all you have to do now is just let that dry. I'm going to touch this up. Now you are ready to put on your mask. So to put it on, put your bottom jaw on first. And now put on your mask. I want to show you how to make Lolbit. The Lolbit actually has a more triangular nose. Okay, so we're gonna change the nose. And then we're gonna make some special cheek tufts. The Lolbit has smoother cheek tufts than Foxy does, so it should look something like this. You're going to glue it right onto the cheeks. You'll also need a styrofoam ball because this character actually has blush. So, what you will need to do, get an adult to help you with this part because we are cutting a styrofoam ball and this can be tricky and dangerous. So please, be careful. You're going to cut it right in half. So now you're going to glue the half onto here. This is where the blush goes. You can go bigger or smaller if you want, but these are the only ones that I have right now. Gluing styrofoam can be tricky, so it's important to glue that on. Is to glue the surface area first. Let it cool for a couple of seconds, and then you can attach it safely without it melting. Alright, so now this character has lips. So these are what the lips should look like, and they're going to go right here on the muzzle. Okay? That's where you're going to glue the lips. Okay, on the lower jaw, we're going to make smaller lips there. So you're going to glue this right here, right at the center of the bottom jaw here. So now all you need to do is cover everything in paper mache, and once it dries, we're going to paint Lolbit. Well, that's it for this video. You now know how to make Foxy and Lolbit. Well, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye. I hope you enjoyed the show. Now go make yourself a puppet friend.